can be handled after the war is over.
For now, nothing's changed. Our liberation campaign carries on as before. We free Savas like the others. But once the war is over, I wish to return Jutland to its original independent state, thereby liberating the other nations in truth.
All of them?
The countries that Jutland governs in the interim until they can operate normally from Ruse's colonization. You mean to return every domain to the hands of each country's people?
Whoa! Yeah, you sure you want to just give it all up?
I do not mean to offend you, Your Highness, but I believe Jutland should continue to govern them even after the war. Liberation was nothing more than an expedient for the war. Our country is far from plentiful. As proof, our lives were impoverished just 1 year into the economic blockade. It's possible to annex the countries we've liberated in this war and gain enough influence to match the world powers. That's what Europa has always seen throughout its history.
Your people are living the high life off the spoils of war. I mean, sure, they don't approve of everything we've done, but do you really think they'll let go of their cushy new lives that easy?
Nay, which is precisely why we must relinquish our holdings. As Miss Violet mentioned, so long as Europa decries Jutland's war for liberation as naught but an invasion, it follows that we will be giving the world powers ample reason to consider armed intervention.
Fair to say, and something we should certainly avoid.
Nor can I condone forcefully dominating others as Ruse did. The last thing I desire is to become the next evil empire.
We'd become the Empire, huh? If you phrase it that way, we can't really object to it.
I'll die before you start calling me Grand General Basil.
Then let us have faith in our countrymen. Worry not. If they truly feel pride for their homeland, they'll surely come to accept it.
That's a very you thing to say, Your Highness.
I understand your sentiment, and I personally agree with what you say. However, will the people truly meet Your Highness's expectations? They had easily wavered between liberation and invasion. You, too, must understand that risk well.
True that. Even in business, there's limits to how much we can entrust to the masses.
Nevertheless, I choose to trust in my subjects.
That trust would be nice, but not a luxury we journalists can afford.
I realize it shall be difficult to do so all at once. They may be slow to accept independence at the cost of their newfound wealth. But that is why everyone needs to grow and mature. It is the first step to gradually cultivating their empathy, so they can make the right choices for themselves one day. After all, I believe in the people of Jutland. That means prioritizing their future autonomy over present comfort. This is my wish.
I regret to say the time is not now. With our country's infancy, the people will disapprove of such a proclamation. If we're not careful, there may be riots or a civil war. At worst, it may lead to a crisis on a national scale.
If we stay in control, the other world powers might step in. But if we pull out, it may upset people.
Damn it! Either way we roll, we're backed into a corner.
What we need is a potent cure-all.
Whatever do you mean?
Your Highness had once said that you do not mind bloodying your hands for your beliefs. Your speech unified the people. As with that time, the people must be moved by a powerful belief. If there is an event that acts as a potent cure-all, so to speak, I believe we can overturn the situation.
Do we have something like that?
Unfortunately, no.
I have an idea.
I am fine. I'll be all right.
You chose to side with us. This is for the best.
Indeed. I will stay strong.
the traitors began preparing for the final battle. In order to see their plan come to fruition, they began moving in earnest, each playing their respective role. At the same time, Claudius, who had predicted Jutland's movements, deployed Galush to the Sevast citadel. Similarly, he sent Maxim to Kavalchis in order to strike the advancing Jutland army from the rear. Amleth and his unit received their anti-Valkyria equipment, which had gone through their final upgrades.
The ultimate weapons to defeat the Valkyria had been completed at last.